Coach, what's an update on Chris? Obviously, he went down and left the game. What do you have as far as him, as far as his health goes?
He went in the back and got some treatment. Everything is not up in the air. I don't want to give an official update on him until I get more information. I don't have anything right now, but when I talked to him when he came back out, he said he still had his strength, and he seems to be okay, but we want to wait until tomorrow, after he wakes up, and then our medical team can make an assessment. But he told me that he felt like he had his strength, and that's a good thing.
Next is Gerald Breguet with Fansided, and then Kellen Olsen.
Coach, Lakers defense had done a pretty good job on Booker as far as his shooting, but tonight he came out and he had one of those big first quarters we've seen from him. Just what was working for him early on in this game to help get you guys off on such a good start?
Well, I think our whole team defense helped our offense to be able to get stops, and the way we played as far as force, executing the game plan allowed for our offense to play in flow. We didn't call a ton of plays, if any, in the first quarter. We were able to just get out and run. And, Book was hitting shots, and when he's got it going from every level, he can be hard to stop.
Next up is going to be Kellen Olsen with Arizona Sports.
Hey, Monty, you guys almost went the entire first half without a turnover. It just felt like that crisp transition from defense to offense was clicking all night. Just your thoughts on the fluidity of your guys' play in that opening first half.
Yeah, we had 4 for the game, and I think we got 2 early in the third. So, taking care of the ball against the number 1 defense in the league is huge. And, like I said, when we can get stops and take care of the ball, it gives us a chance to be efficient. But our guard play, and Jae on the backside does a really good job of transferring the ball and making plays on the second side. So, it's one of those efforts that you want to bottle up. When you play that hard and take care of the ball like that, you just want to keep that going as best you can. And we just told the guys, like, that kind of effort and that kind of defense travels. And now if we can take care of the ball like that, we can have success on the floor.
Next is Kent Somers with the Arizona Republic, and then Anthony Slater.
How much of Devin's game was just a scorer, a shooter due to break out, or did he actually do something different in that first quarter, especially that maybe he wasn't doing the 2 previous games when, his maybe shot wasn't there like he wanted it to be?
It's hard to say. I mean, it just looked like we were playing faster because we were getting stops. When you're getting stops and you're playing in transition, and Chris, does a really good job of throwing it ahead to Book. When you're playing that way with his speed, like, you don't see a lot of big guards like Book that have the speed that he has, and his footwork is sound. So he's able to stop on the dime and get to his spots and raise up and knock down shots. But he was getting to the basket. But I think everything tonight was predicated on how well we played on the defensive end. It just allowed us to play in transition, and that's when we're at our best.
Next is Anthony Slater with The Athletic, followed by Nick King.
Yeah, Monty, this has been kind of, a lower scoring series, compared to some of the others across the league. How big is it when you get, like 14 burst points from Campaign when he did, and just, a bench performance like that?
Yeah, I mean, that's been his role for us all year long. His ability to get out and score the ball. He and Chris are 2 different types of point guards. Chris can score, but Chris tends to settle us down and facilitate a bit more. Cam is an attacker, a scorer who can pass. So when he gives us that offensive punch off the bench, it allows for Book and Mikhail, DA. You have to play him, and it keeps the defense honest when you have your backup point guard come off the bench and score like that. So there's no letdown when he's scoring like that, and that's something that we value.
Next is Nick King with Channel 3, Channel 5, and then Gina Mizelle.
Monty, we've talked plenty about your guys' general playoff inexperience. What do you tell these guys about what a closeout game is like in the playoffs?
We're going to talk about that tomorrow. We understand who we're playing against. I mean, they're the defending champs. We're going back to their place. We got to be solid when we go back there. And closeout games are really hard. And so our guys understand that. Chris and Jay have been in these situations. We'll lean on their experience, different experiences that I've had, Willie Green, all of our coaches who've been in that situation. But we got to just play the same way. You know, we've whether it's a closeout game or game one, our job is to go out and play with the force and the defense and share the ball and not think about anything else but the next right thing. And, you know, you can't get to the closeout game or the closeout moment until you take care of first things first. And for us, that's just getting ready tomorrow. And we'll start preparations for the next game. We respect the Lakers, and we know that they're going to come out with a great effort. They're the defending champs. And like I said, we respect them tremendously.
We have time for 3 more. Next up is Gina Mizelle with Suns.com, and then Dwayne Rankin.
Hey, Monty, I know we've talked a lot about the home crowd throughout this series, but just with basically a sellout or as sold out as it can be at this point, just what did you think of the atmosphere here again tonight?
Yeah, it was cool. I mean, it reminded me of those games that I used to come here and coach against these guys or play against them early in my career. Don't know what the number was. I don't know if it was 15 or 16, but it certainly sounded like a packed house tonight. And our guys fed off of that for sure. And when you're playing that hard and defending like that and you got your crowd behind you, it gives you a little bit more juice. And so I'm grateful for the fans that came out tonight. And I can't reiterate, I'm grateful for the safety that we have here in this arena. Our fans cheer for us, but they also cheer for us with a great deal of respect. And based on what's going on around the league, I don't take that for granted. I'm glad this is a special place to play, but it's also a place where the opposing team knows they can be safe. And that's a credit to our fans.
Final 2 questions are Dwayne Rankin and David Chinalato.
Yeah, Coach, obviously you guys have played as a unit all year. When you see Chris go down, but knowing that Cam Payne, the way he's been playing in the postseason, how much does that give you confidence that if Chris is limited, that you know that Cam has been playing at a high level?
Yeah, I mean, we've talked about it. Thankfully, we haven't had to go that route. I don't want to make too many statements about that, but, you know, we're confident in Cam's ability. But we're grateful that, you know, Chris seems like he's okay, but we're going to wait until tomorrow to give an official update.
Final question is David Chinalato from Italy.
Hey, Coach, congrats for the win. Looking at this game and how you guys have been playing in this series, which is the thing you're most proud of?
I mean, there's not one thing. I mean, I think you're always proud of any team that plays hard as we play. You're pretty proud of that. We play hard every single night. That's not something I take for granted. We have great buy-in from our players. The culture we have is something that we're proud of. And, you know, I'm just grateful to have a job. I mean, that's how I look at it. You know, I'm one of 30 coaches, and I don't take that for granted. So just grateful for what we get to do, grateful for the players that allow us to coach them, and they play hard for the organization and for this city.
All right, Jay, thanks for joining.
1.5, right?
We're going to start with Dwayne Rankin with the Arizona Republic, and then Kirsten Susel.
Yeah, obviously an impressive win. What impressed you the most about how you guys played? And obviously Chris getting injured again, or re-injuring it. But what impressed you the most about how you guys played?
Just how we came out with energy. You know, they came out with same energy, and they hit a few shots early. We just stayed poised. You know, we every time they went on the run, we responded the right way. I can honestly say that we responded the right way, and That's what it's all about because both teams are going to go on runs. You just got to respond to them. And I think tonight we did a good job of doing it.
Next is Kirsten Suso with 12 News, and then Kellen Olsen.
Hey, Jay, how much fun was it in the fourth quarter to just be able to sit back and watch some of the other guys ball out? It looked like you guys were just having a bunch of fun.
Yeah, I mean, it was good to be able to rest a little bit in the fourth quarter. These games are coming pretty fast, and obviously, C got injured, so it was good for him to be able to be out the game and start his recovery process leading up to Game 6. So it was fun to get some rest and try to get ready for this next one.
Next is Kellen Olsen with Arizona Sports, and then Brendan Clean.
Hey, Jay, we've seen those types of first quarters from Book before. What'd you see from him early on in terms of a focus level where you felt like you saw him and he was really locked in?
I mean, we all locked in right now. If you ain't locked in right now, you stick out like a sore thumb. So everybody's locked in mentally, physically. Obviously, he just got some looks there early and was able to get going. And we went with the game plan like that, and he was able to just continue to put pressure on their defense and make reads out of the double teams and whatnot. So he was very aggressive early, and it paid off.
Next is Brendan Clean with Locked On Suns, and then Gina Mizelle.
Jay, Monty was saying after the game that you're one of the guys he expects to lean on just heading into this closeout situation, having been there before. I know it's kind of tomorrow, leave tomorrow for tomorrow maybe, but what are some of the things you think will be a focus for you guys as you try to do that?
Just wrap our heads around. It's going to be the hardest game of the series, hardest played game of the series from both teams. And obviously we're on the road, so we got to stay together, especially when they go on a run and crowd get into it. We just got to stay together and weather the storm a little bit together collectively and come out on top. But it's going to be the hardest fought game of the series. So that's my message to our team. That's my mindset going into it. It's going to be the hardest game of the series.
Next is Gina Mizelle with Suns.com, and then Dwayne Rankin.
Hey, Jay, Monty has used the word relentless to describe this team a lot of the season. I know it's been kind of a big word for you guys all year. So just how do you feel like that intangible quality kind of played itself out in a game like this?
Yeah, we just trying to continue to impose our will for 48 minutes. And it takes a lot. It's easier said than done. It takes a lot. It takes everybody to be on the same page. Our focus needs to be where it has been the past few games. So we got to continue to stay the course and continue to be relentless, continue to do it together collectively. But it definitely takes all of us to continue to play and continue to pursue and the style of play that we want to play each and every night. So it's definitely relentless on how we play tonight, and we got to continue to do it next game.
Final two questions are Dwayne Rankin and Nicole Jarina.
Jay, you've talked about how important Chris is. What was going through your mind when you saw him go down like that? But then when he got up.
I was trying to see if it was a dirty play or not. I didn't know if they was playing like that or not. But Wes Matthews is my big brother. We were both with the Marquette. And I just went up and talked to him. He was like, I wasn't trying to do anything dirty or hurt him. I went in for the rebound and I just got a piece of him. And Chris went back and came out of the locker room. He watched it and he said it was a clean play. He wasn't nothing intentional. And so we went with that. So it was just so happened to happen to Chris. Scared him a little bit. Hopefully he's able to go next game. I'm sure he'll be able to go, but we'll take it day to day.
Final question is Nicole Jarina from Puerto Rico.
Hi, Jay. Congrats for the win.
Hello.
Hello. How much impact and fun has been the fans at the home games, especially today when the stadium sound and look very energy?
It's a home court advantage. You definitely feel the energy in the building. Especially in the warm-up lines, you feel the energy in the building and in the crowd. So we definitely feed off of it, and we appreciate it. We appreciate our fans. So it's been great to have the fans back in the building and making noise for us here in this playoff run. So we're leaning on that, and that's why we put the work in we did in the regular season to get home court advantage to help us in tough games like tonight.
All right, Chris, thanks for joining. We're going to start with Dwayne Rankin with the Arizona Republic.
Chris, just wanted to get how's the shoulder feeling right now?
A little banged up, but I'll be all right.
What was that? I'm sorry, I didn't catch that. What was that?
I said I'll be all right.
Okay. Quick follow. Just the way the game went today with you guys jumping out with such a huge lead in the way you guys play. What impressed you the most about when it's a game 5 where the momentum can shift, where the series is going to shift? What impressed you the most about the way you guys played tonight?
I think we just stayed the course. They came out, made a couple shots early, but we just played our style. You know, we kept the pace going, shared the ball. We just played the way that we play.
Next is Anthony Slater with The Athletic, followed by Kellen Olsen.
Yeah, Chris, did this shoulders thing feel, as serious or less serious than the one that you suffered in game 1?
Yeah, it scared me. I've been talking to Kyle Lowry a lot. He had similar injury last year. A few other guys. I don't know. It's just a very uncomfortable feeling. Kind of helpless. When it happened, I didn't know. I was just looking up and sort of happened again. I didn't know what had happened with Wes, but after I seen it, I came back out on the court. I told Wes, it was a clean play, and it was just unfortunate that, my neck and arm snapped again like it did.
Next up is Kellen Olsen with Arizona Sports, and then Christos Saltis.
Hey, Chris, we've seen all year that you guys are at your best offensively when you turn good defense into good offense. How'd you like that transition for you guys early on tonight?
And it was so good, so good. Our defense has been our energy all season. And, you'll see a flurry of threes or buckets from us, but it's because our defense, I think we were one of the toughest teams to defend in transition because we share the ball, we push it, and, it's not a guy that you can leave open. So our defense was great tonight, and we're going to need that again going to LA for game 6.
We have time for 3 more. Next up is Christos Saltis from Greece, and then Gina Mizelle.
Hello, Chris. From your perspective, what is the most impressive part of Devin Booker's series so far against the Lakers? And how important for you is to win that series in Los Angeles in game 6?
It was just exciting for us to see Book be Book. Tonight is what we've seen from him all season long. And, he was taking the shots that we wanted to shoot. Even in the previous 4 games, I'd be on him to shoot more. You know what I mean? Like, there's really not a bad shot that he can take. And he just made the right plays. He shot it, and then when he got doubled, he got off of it or whatnot. And that's why, he is who he is.
Final 2 questions are Gina Mizelle with Suns.com and Barry Bloom.
Hey, Chris, you know better than anyone how hard it is to get 3 wins in a playoff series, and then how much harder it is to get that 4th win to close a series out. Just what are you going to be sharing with teammates again, maybe going through this for the first time just to close things out on Thursday?
Yeah, I was just telling them, this is the hardest one, especially going on the road, but we just got to keep the same mindset, play our game, and keep having fun.
Final question is Barry Bloom with Sportico.
Hey, Chris. Sorry to see what you're going through. I know it must be tough. Is this the type of thing where you're just going to have to play with it and treat it and work through it until this is over, and then you can rest or do whatever you need to do to get it right?
Yeah, I think so. I hope so. I've been on treatment all day, every day, just trying to do whatever I can to get out there and help us. But biggest thing right now is game 6. We can get game 6. That'll be huge because, rest, I could use it.
All right, up first is going to be Mikhail Bridges. We will start with Cody Cunningham from the Phoenix Suns.
Hey, Mikal. After last game, Chris said, Phoenix, we're going to need you. And the fans sure showed out at the arena tonight. Just how much energy did the Suns fans provide for you guys out there?
A lot. They got us going for sure. We're going to go out there and play hard, but, getting stops and shots, they get us going, getting us amped up. And, we needed them for sure.
And only 4 turnovers tonight to 29 assists. Just how much emphasis was there on, taking care of the ball, but still keeping the ball moving tonight?
Yeah, that's what we do. We look for each other, try to find each other. And, guys with the ball in their hands and making the right plays and just, and other guys were just being ready and trying to make a play and make a shot. So, it's kudos for everybody just being aggressive and being ready.
And, due to how well you guys played tonight, guys like Jabon and Jalen were able to make their playoffs debuts. Just how great was it to see them, get their moment out there, just, knowing all the hard work they've put in behind the scenes?
They deserve it. It's tough just we got, a lot of players on this team that could play and they work hard every single day and they got opportunity today and just playing hard. That's all you can really do and trying to hit some shots and play together. So, they deserve it. They work so hard every single day in the gym. So, it's good to see them out there.
All right, Book, we're going to start with Kellen Olsen with Arizona Sports, followed by Dwayne Rankin.
Hey, Book, with everything the Lakers were throwing at you defensively, it was hard for you to find your rhythm the past couple of games, but you found it here early on. Can you take me through how you were feeling when you saw the first couple go in and finding that rhythm again?
Yeah, I just want to be aggressive. Been studying the games, been watching film, and I think I've passed up on a lot of, easy, quick ones. And having conversations with Mont and Chris and, all the team and, them guys giving me the confidence, them guys setting the screens and putting me in position to, do what I do.
Next up is Dwayne Rankin with the Arizona Republic and then Kent Somers.
Speaking of do what you do, how was it playing in this before this kind of environment, 16,000 and I know how you feed off the crowd. It seemed like that was going on tonight.
Yeah, that was it. That's what I play the game for. For these type of atmospheres and these type of games. This is my first experience in the playoffs and just the mentality of the next game is the most important one of my career. It's a fun thing for me to, play with. But we're all locked in, man. We top to bottom, just feeling the energy at shoot arounds and through film sessions, everything goes up a level. This is some fun basketball.
Next is Kent Somers with the Arizona Republic and then Gina Mizelle.
What do you think, Devin, has made you guys so good in transition, especially in this series? When you guys have played well offensively, that seems to be a real theme.
Yeah, just playing without fouling. I think that was the tough part for us in the games that we lost, allowing them to set their defense, not only the 2 points from the free throw line, but them getting back and scouting our offense and knowing exactly what we're doing. In transition, it's kind of a free-for-all with the correct spacing and creators and shooters that we have.
Next is Gina Mizelle with Suns.com and then Gerald Breguet.
Hey, Book, a word that Monty uses a lot to describe your team is relentless. And so I'm just curious, how do you feel like you guys were able to sort of instill that quality all throughout the season? And then how does it sort of come through in a game like tonight where it was just kind of full throttle the whole way?
Yeah. That's how the guys are built, individually and as a collective group. If you go down the list of all the players, there's nobody that's scared of the moment. There's nobody that hasn't prepared for this moment. This isn't new. This is how we've been playing for most of the season. We've had ups and downs, but, we're a confident team and, we play hard all the way through.
This is Gerald Breguet with Fansided, followed by Kellen Olsen.
Hey, Book, was just curious, what was your initial reaction when, Chris Paul goes down, and then what were the conversations like with him on the sidelines? It seemed like he was in pretty good spirits despite that kind of injury scare there.
Yeah, it's tough. Obviously it's part of the game. Looking at the replay, I don't think it was anything too malicious from Wes. And Chris communicated that with him, but it's unfortunate, that he's dealing with that already, and it's a physical game, and plays like that happen. But to see him in good spirit coming back out to the bench, and his ability to make those 2 free throws and see the strength still there is good. But I know he's doing treatment around the clock. I know he's getting ready for Thursday, and that's our next goal.
Next is Kellen Olsen and then Dwayne Rankin.
Hey, Booker, I know you said you wanted to wait until the end of the series to say how you were feeling out the playoffs, but with that in mind, do you feel yourself at least like you've improved in the past 2 weeks on the field for game-to-game adjustments, the physicality, and the other things that come with this?
Yeah, every game is a new experience, and I think every game has its own characteristics in different ways. So every game is a new goal to accomplish. You have to have a short memory and move on to the next one. And that's what we've done, and that's how we've been able to get 2 in a row. But we know Game 6 isn't going to be easy. It's going to be tough there in LA, but we're ready. We're ready for it.
Final 2 questions are Dwayne Rankin and Christos Saltis.
Just going to piggyback off of that, Devin. You talked about wanting these moments, living with these moments, wanting to have this kind of opportunity. I know you got to decompress, but how excited are you for that Game 6, knowing it's a closeout game in Los Angeles and have an opportunity to move forward with a win?
Yeah, like I said earlier, the playoffs is fun. Every next game is the biggest game in my career. So that's fun to be around. That's fun to prepare for. That's fun to get ready for. So we're looking forward to it.
Final question is Christos Saltis from Greece.
Hey, Devin, congratulations on the win, the performance as well. How you enjoy that series so far, about your games, about your performances, and how important for you is to win that series in Los Angeles against the reigning champs?
We want to win, and that's that. It's very important for us. It's what we've been working for this whole season. It's what we've been talking about since day one. So the time is now. It's what we prepare for, and the next one's gonna be fun.